Hello Nakama. Welcome to Nimehara. This channel contains One Piece facts and theories. Don't forget to subscribe and notification bells. Since, again showing the continuation of the battle in Mary Joa after Gorosina's Juro involving herself. As Mimin discussed in the previous video, who stood guard at the main door of Mary Jiwa is Jupiter and Mercury. The two Gorosei were fighting against the dragon, Lunarian leader. The leader is not, and one of the leaders of the rebel group, who became the Revolutionary Army's strongest ally after a fierce battle. For some time, there was a moment when the two Gorosei could be thrown, both by the dragon and his allies, so that no one is on guard anymore. At the front of the main door of Mary Guis, Nanu's Juro, who can feel it too, nimble there at high speed, so that he also engaged in battle. In the outer area, Tangorosei is wearing hybrid mode Bakuzan, as he had one shown on Egghead Island. In that mode, he can move very quickly, so that at first, dragons are hard enough to handle that speed. But as time went on, dragons are able to read and respond appropriately. Movement of Nusjurong, the leader of the Revolutionary Army, started to counter his attacks until the fight will run very interestingly, because these two characters have the speed, which is so incredible. From other areas, there is Koshiro, along with Sabo Karasu, and an ally of the revolutionary forces, who was fighting against Saturn. When Gorosei Nusjuro just came out of the castle, Koshiro could see the sword he was wearing. Even from a considerable distance, Koshiro can also feel there was a kind of terrifying aura from the sword. Sword belonging to Nusjuro. It is not an ordinary sword. That sword is Shodai Kidetsu, the first generation of the sword line. The cursed Kidetsu, the sword, also entered into the best sword class, which is 12-sai, Joa Wazamono, equivalent to Mihawk's sword. So it's natural for a swordsman like Koshiro can sense an unusual aura from the sword that belonged to Nusjuro. When feeling it, the focus was briefly diverted, so he almost got hit by an attack from Saturn. But fortunately, Sabo moves very fast. To help Haoshiro, Koshiro also apologized to Sabo, then he'll fight with more focus. In the meantime, in the area near the main door, Mary Guess, the man who became the Revolutionary Army's strongest ally, along with the Lunarian leader and the leader of the Knot Ear, wanted to participate as well in the face of Nusjuro. Yet they can't do that, because they got stopped by Jupiter and Mercury, who have returned there, even though the two Goroses crashed a while ago, due to being hit by a powerful attack. But of course they still haven't lost. Jupiter and Mercury immediately attacked the comrades of the dragon, so that both the strongest allies of the revolutionary forces, as well as Lunarian leaders and open air leaders, both become a hassle when it comes to dealing with Gorosei at once. More and more underworld organizations who came there to help cross guilds. Many of them are not Alliance of Cross Guild. In other words, they express support for the group. So if the Cross Guild succeeds defending and repelling naval forces, then the organization will become even bigger. That Cross Guild would probably be a problem, which is very serious for the Blackbeard pirates, cause as a fellow group Yonko, in such a chaotic era, likely for them to clash in the future later, could have happened. Switch to another place, fighting on Hachinosu Island, will again have the spotlight. It's getting hotter there, because there's a lot of Blackbird alliances that just keeps coming. As Mimin discussed in the previous video, Blackbird hides most of his alliances on the nearby islands of Hachinosu to pull off a surprise attack. So the alliance that originally appeared with Shiki, and the other that's just a little piece of it. Now most of them are starting to come there, because a while ago, Panagar already gave them a sign through Denden's special music. Not only the alliances, the Blackbird pirates also have a secret unit containing dozens of devil fruit power users who have been getting special training. That unit has also been summoned to come Therefore, the combat strengths of the Blackbeard pirates become bigger and bigger. In one of the areas of the island, Garp and Bogart, a joint effort against many enemies. The actions of the two of them are very impressive and successfully defeated many people there. But the number of enemies that must be faced is still very abundant. The two of them are surrounded from various directions by several groups of Blackbeard Alliance pirates. Part of that group, even led by pirate captains, who is quite famous. Where is Bogart? Do you know who those people are? Tell Bogart. Whip it out like in the old days. Consider this as a battle, just like the battle in Gotfeli 38 years ago. With these words, it's clear that apparently, Bogart too briefly lost my temper in an incident on the island. Gotfeli, where is he exerting all the abilities he has to fight side by side with Garp? Listening to that Garp's words, even Bogart immediately replied that he's ready, even though he's also not in his prime anymore. Same as Garp again, but he will fight. Do your best with your trusted techniques. In the central area, Shang also fought against many alliances. The Blackbeard that attacked him over there. Meanwhile, Blackbeard is just monitoring the fight. This is a good strategy, because by letting his allies fight against Shang, Blackbeard is getting time to gather strength at once, exhausting all my energy because of the enemies who are coming very much, and some of them are also strong people. Therefore, even though the Spacer will still win the battle against the alliances, there are so many Blackbeards, he will still exhaust his energy. Currently on the side of Blackbeard, there are also several Titan commanders. What comes out from inside the skeleton building? There's Jesus over there, Katarina Devon, and also the Augur before. Titan commanders. It's fighting against the core crew. Pirates in the skeleton building. But the crew, that person has already left the skull building. In the midst of the fight, when they realized there is a serious problem happening in the outer part of Hachinosu Island, they also scattered. Fight against the alliances. Blackbeard who is breaking through from various sides. Pirate group. What's left in the skeleton building? It's just Jesus moving. Just the one who is currently fighting against Avolo Pizarro. Why didn't he come out? Because he can't let Avolo Pizarro join Hachinosu Island again. Because indeed, if Avolo Pizarro, using the power of his devil fruit, and merge with the island, then it will bring a very bad impact. Until Jesus is angry, must continue to fight directly against it. Avolo Pizarro. There, so he can merge with the island again. On the outside, the Titan commanders, who is already standing next to the Blackbeard. I'm also monitoring the situation. They also said, the plan from Blackbeard is really great, because now, their side, have become more superior. Devon also asked if it would be better. He also joined in attacking Shang, who is fighting against those alliances. Blackbeard also reminded her not to be hasty, even though Shang is currently by many Blackbeard alliances, that he can still cope with the situation very well. So if Devon tries to approach Shanks, Devon also has potential hit by a very powerful Shanks strike. Inside Blackbeard the pirate, currently, who has the strength level to confront Shanks. Only Blackbeard himself. The other Titan commanders won't have a chance to win against Shanks. But not long after, suddenly, there is someone attacking Shanks. Besides the Blackbeard Alliance, the person turned out to be the previous Kuzan. Kuzan has been thrown into the ground by Garp with the blue hull technique. But of course, he hasn't lost yet. When Kuzan rises again, Garp is already not there, because Garp has indeed left, helping the distressed naval team fighting against the Blackbeard Alliance. As I discussed in the previous video, Kuzan is also not interested in pursuing. Garp has decided so far to fight Shanks together with the alliances. Blackbeard who is besieging Shanks just now. Blackbeard warned Devon not to be reckless when he wanted to join the attack on Shang. But now, when Kuzan is doing that, Blackbeard didn't say anything. Because it's really Kuzan, not someone who can be ordered around so easily. Indeed, Kuzan, this is formally, is a subordinate of Blackbeard, because he is the 10th Titan commander. But I don't know what agreement there is. Kuzan, you don't always have to listen to what Blackbeard says. If it's for important missions, like kidnapping Pudding the other day. Indeed, must listen to the orders from Blackbeard, because that is for the success of the pirate mission. Blackbeard in the future. No, but now, in a situation where Kuzan decided to attack Shanks. It has nothing to do with it, with the plan or mission of Blackbeard the pirate. Therefore, even Blackbeard didn't forbid and Kuzan. Let it be. Just like that, Blackbeard really knows that Shanks is stronger than Kuzan. But Kuzan is not someone who can lose easily. So, according to Blackbeard, this Kuzan action is great to make Shanks more troublesome, and making his energy even more depleted. So he let Kuzan do as he pleased. Moving to the ocean area, the big pirate ship is being shown again. Mom who is sailing, even next to Big Mom's pirate ship. There's a pirate ship. Who is sailing with them? Because it's really Capone. DG has already agreed with Katakuri to help them on a mission to save Pudding in Hachinosu Island. On the big pirate ship, that Mom too, there is Marco who has already allied himself with Katakuri, and recently, they are reading the news in the newspaper. That is the headquarters of the Navy. It's quiet because many troops are on duty and out. Which means Impel Down Prison is also quiet now. Marcos's care. I've decided to break into Impel Down now. Also, to save Edward Weevil. Even the care there is very quiet. Katakuri also agrees because he also wants to free King. Because he wants to recruit him as an addition to combat strength. DG also gave additional suggestions, also recruiting for Flamingo, who is currently imprisoned in Impel Down Level 6. Katakuri was initially hesitant because Flamingo is very sneaky, and they might betray us if there's an opportunity. But after Marco proposed a negotiation with Flamingo, Katakuri also wants to free him and recruit Flamingo too, with a note, if a Flamingo shows mischief, it will betray. Katakuri himself will finish it off. Katakuri also asked BG, why would I think of giving suggestions for recruitment? Do Flamingo too? DG also reply, that's because do Flamingo have a strong connection with the underworld. Also, is a person connection with the underworld, so he can know about the reputation of Flamingo.